Hello, everyone. It's Jackie Brown of Outfox magazine here to introduce you to someone pretty cool. So I want to show you my t-shirt I'm wearing today, my Outfox t-shirt. And as you know, Outfox, the fabulous magazine that is custom created for kids on the autism spectrum. And today I'm introducing you to a friend and colleague. She's got the best name in the world. Her name is Frances Victory. Like, whoop, isn't that an amazing name? And Frances, I've got my notes down here, that's why I keep looking here. So Frances is a developmental psychologist and parent coach for autism. She lives in New York, and she writes a column for Outfox, and she also is writing a book, and she's a part-time teacher. She's very excited because she's 35 weeks pregnant. So here's Frances. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
So let's talk about your column first. Like, what was the thinking behind the column that you created for Outfox magazine?
The purpose of the column was a sense helping the reader develop a sense of independence, empowerment, and self-advocacy. Those are the three words that I focus on the most.
Yeah. And what I loved about them is how interactive they were, so that there were always places that kids could fill out things and things it expected the kids to do something with the information you gave them.
Right. It's one thing to just read about it, but we actually have to have some kind of activity so that it really sticks in their mind.
Yeah.
It's really something, and it makes it kind of fun too.
Yeah.
It's not just some boring reading. It's not just, I got to read this again for school or anything like that. So they can develop what I call life skills that are going to help them with their three key ingredients: independence, and self-advocacy, and empowerment. And these activities, not only are they great for the child, for the reader, but for parents, and the adults, that they can work together. They can use it together and kind of build more interaction. It's kind of like a tool for the adult and the child.
That's great that it was something that kids could do with their parents, and that the learning was reinforced by having to do something. That's what I really liked about the column. Did you have a favorite one, like one that you thought did a lot for kids?
My favorite one, each column. Yeah. I kind of picked two. One was the IEP meeting, and because it really, really shows self-advocacy. Mm-hmm. You know, we're kind of gearing towards this middle school age, kind of the preteens, and they now are developing the power over their education. Mm-hmm. They're learning that I can say what I want. I can tell the teacher, principal, whoever that, I would really, really appreciate X, Y, and Z or whatever there.
Right.
My other column that I really enjoyed was goal setting. Mm-hmm. Goal setting is very important to me, and I believe for children, teenagers, adults, and up into seniors. Mm-hmm. Because we often have all these goals and dreams and wishes and whatnot, but they never happen.
Right.
Last point is that how are we going to go back to my original point, empowerment, independence, and self-advocacy, without this teaching them goal setting? Yeah. And knowing not to be overwhelmed by setting a goal and actually fulfilling the goal.
Uh-huh. And so how does what you're doing with Outfox work with your own practice that you do out in New York?
A lot of my practice work was doing workshops. Mm-hmm. That was where I really found parents and professionals got the most help out of it. Mm-hmm. And workshops on a variety of topics, but it always kind of twisted back, whether it was professionals or parents. Mm-hmm. Give me advice. What are tools? What are suggestions? What are this, And I noticed that as children got older, as they were either professionals who worked with older kids or parents of older kids, social skills was always an issue that they were concerned about. What can I do, or how can I work to help my child become more independent, right, to develop these important life skills? And that's kind of where I see Outfox kind of working with that, is because we're trying to give them this tool and these activities to gear towards the working on those different skills.
Wonderful. And now in the run-up to welcoming your bundle of joy in what, 5 weeks only? Oh my God.
He's on his way.
Wow. You're working on a book.
Yes.
So tell us about the book.
The book is a lead off from the magazine. There are more variety of different chapters because let's face it, being a preteen is not easy. Being a teen, I don't know about you, Jackie, but I did not enjoy my teenage, my preteen. It was confusing. It was, oh my, there are so many words. We could have a whole time of that. This is kind of a guide. I'd like to help them provide that guide. And then not only are you dealing with preteen, but you're a teen or a preteen with autism, trying to sort through all of this, and you need extra help. You need extra support, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's the point, is that how do we sort through the different trials and tribulations of teenage years and preteen years on a variety of topics, so that we can go back to our ultimate goal of empowerment, independence, and self-advocacy, so that they can use it. And then there are more, I place a lot of activities in the book. And the purpose of these activities are for the adult and the child, the adult and the reader. So they have that back and forth. And not only the activities, but within each chapter, there's like little sections, questions to ask your adult in your life. Questions so that you can get their perspective. What was their teenage years like? How did they deal with this, there? And starting that conversation. So this kind of like starting that interaction that may not have been there. A lot of times my parents don't know how to get through to their child and having that interaction back and forth.
That's fabulous. Thank you everyone for watching this. This is a brief introduction to what we do here at Outfox and one of our great columnists, Frances Victory. There'll be links so that you can find more about Frances, and also so you can find out more about Outfox and what we do here. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Thank you.